Hi everybody, welcome back to the 12 Days of Core Strength. We are at day 8. I am Catherine Middlebrooks, the founder of BRB Yoga, and today's tip is all about standing up and sitting down. I don't have a good name for it, but I should come up with one. But it's really important because if you think about how often you are sitting up, down and standing up during the day, this is a lot of opportunities to either reinforce core strength or basically actually work against it. So what are we going to talk about? I'm going to give you 2 things to really pay attention to whenever you are standing up out of a chair or sitting down into a chair. And then I'm going to explain why that is. Okay, so I've got a stool over here. Hopefully you can see. I have shoes on, but the first thing I want you to pay attention to is your feet. When you sit down and stand up, do your toes come detached from the floor? If they do, that's a sign that you're probably dropping out of your core and dumping into your low back. So I want you to keep your toes as much as possible rooted to the earth when you stand up and when you sit down, okay? It's harder than you think it's going to be when you try it. So that's the first thing. The next thing that I want you to pay attention to is your neck, okay? So many of us, well, first things first, the spine is all connected, right? So when you are changing the position of the neck, that impacts the core, right? Remember that eavesdrop tip? That's to help reduce pressure in the core, get the core in a good alignment. When you are sitting up and standing down, you want to maintain a neutral neck position. So what I often see when people are sitting down and standing up is that they are driving the behavior from their chin, right? So they will stand up by jutting their chin forward, which if you can see in my body, what ends up happening is I get this really big curve in my low back, right? So let me show you again. So they stand up by driving your chin forward. I don't want you to do that. I'm showing what not to do first. Then when they come down, the same sort of break in the spine happens. When they come down, they will kind of lift their head up, this neck gets crunched, their low back gets crunched, okay? So what I want you to focus on as you stand up with the upper body is that you maintain a really long back of your neck. The chin stays slightly tucked and you lift up literally by driving the action from the top of the head as if there was a string right here at the back of your head, and that is what's pulling you up. Same thing when you come down. You come down, and it's as if there's a string from that tailbone pulling you straight down. There's no breaking in the body. Okay, so just to recap, the things to keep in mind when you are sitting down and standing up: toes rooted down to the earth, neck long, lifting through the crown of your head, not jutting the chin forward, right? So we want this action down, this action up, rather than this and this, okay? All right, so that is important, again, just because the spine is so related to the core. So when you're jutting your chin forward, you're breaking the natural curves of the spine and dumping into the low back. That means that basically every time you're sitting down or standing up, you're flaring your ribs forward, which puts strain on that connective tissue down the center line of your body. If you have a diastasis, it can continue to strain that. For the toes, the same sort of thing happens. When the toes are not rooting down into the earth and you kind of drop back into your heels, often what happens is that you dump in this low back. That will cause the same sort of thing. As you dump into this low back, you put a lot of pressure here on the front of the belly. That can cause ongoing strain on that connective tissue and again, continue to strain a diastasis or basically just keep your core weak, right? All of these principles also apply not just to people with diastasis, but people who feel like no matter what they do, their core isn't feeling and staying strong. Okay, I think I went way longer than 2 minutes. But that's my tip for today. Let me know if you have questions about this tip or any of the other tips that we have done. See you all tomorrow. Bye.